Alex Chemarov here at Movements for Life. Our next restorative segment is going to take us to the anterior hip. So we're going to be shifting from the back side of the body. We went through the whole posterior chain, so starting from the plantar fascia, going all the way up the erector spinae. So now let's shift gears a little bit, and we're going to go to the anterior hip. This is a very common area of dysfunction for many, right? We have a huge chair-borne society. We can minimize the effects of sitting from driving and commuting and, sitting in class or at work. And we've seen this shift, or at least I have, in having some types of stand-up desks arranged for people to work in, just to help get people out of that seated position. So anatomically speaking, when we talk about anterior hip, we have to look at the hip flexor quad group. The groin is also involved in it because it does make up the anterior hip. The Gray Institute refers to it as the front butt. And there's a lot of work, I know historically I'm guilty of this as well, where it did a ton of glute work to help activate and engage the glute and all the posterior musculature down to the hamstring, but never really load and put stretch on that front butt, right? Being able to load and put stretch on that anterior hip. So a lot of it is going to start with our soft tissue work, so that's what we're going to do today. But this manifests itself a couple different ways. With somebody whose hips are really, really shortened, they're going to be kind of stuck in that booty position, right? So super arched here, not having the ability to posteriorly tilt their pelvis to be able to put stretch on their anterior hip. So a couple different tools, foam rollers, different densities, but 1 foot or 3 foot, either or will work. So for me to get onto my anterior hip on the right, I'm just going to put my pelvis right on there. My opposite leg is just going to kind of be in like a crawling position out to the side. So it looks something like this as a starting position. On both forearms, easier on the wrist. And just like all the other previous areas we rolled, you want to try to relax as much as possible. Allow the tissues to just kind of accept the roller, if you will. And from here, I'm just going to very slowly roll to find the tissue tension, and then once I'm on there, I can actually just kind of stay and hang out on there. All right, so you're going to make your way from hip, and you can go all the way to knee, and just see what you find. All right, making your way down more to the quad, obviously. As you make your way back to the hip, you can find a different area by slowly rolling to the outer part of the hip and making your way down, again, more the lateralis. Anybody who is a runner or cyclist who's had any kind of IT syndrome, you could get on more your lateral leg and hip by completely turning your body onto the side and rolling from hip to knee. All right, quick little tidbit on the IT band. The top of the IT band, there's a muscle called your TFL. We call it the pocket muscle. So if you find your ASIS, your hip bone, and then you just shift back slightly, your pocket muscle is going to be, as you can see, as the name implies, right where your pocket will be positioned. All right, and then from there, we get more into the glute medius and then start making our way to lateral hip and to more posterior hip, which we will make our way there over the next couple weeks. So TFL to IT band, pretty much following the stripe of my pants. Make your way thoroughly through all those areas. As another kind of fine comb, we can also use a lacrosse ball. The lacrosse ball is going to be a lot more aggressive due to the contact patch. If I get more weight onto a smaller area, it's going to hurt a lot more. So you can really start by getting against the wall. So if I get right into that anterior hip, I can get onto that TFL, that pocket muscle, and really start making my way around here against the wall. Publicly, before you do this, for obvious reasons, you might want to kind of show that you have a ball there. People might think you're a little weird, get a laugh out of it. But you can start by getting less aggressive from being on the floor and just start getting into some of these tissues against the wall. Right? You can start turning your body around a little bit. So now I'm onto that TFL, that pocket muscle. Standing is a great way to get into some of the soft tissue, especially with some of our older clientele. Not so easy to get down and start rolling around on the ground. So great way to do it in standing. We have clients get lacrosse balls and do some rolling at home, so this is a great home workable type of stuff to do. All right, from there, if you are sadistic and ready, you can take it down to the ground, similar position like on the foam roller. Make your way to the anterior hip and just kind of search and destroy. See what you find, see where the tissue tension is, and just slowly start to kind of melt it away. All right, so that is soft tissue on your anterior hip. We're gonna continue this and get into the adductor group next time we see you guys. So enjoy this one. If you have questions, don't hesitate. Again, this is a major area of dysfunction. This is the source of a lot of different stuff as it relates to knee, to back, and believe it or not, going all the way up to shoulders, because if the pelvis is involved, then it's gonna influence all the tissues down below, as well as all the way up the chain. So take your time with this. We all have something going on here at the anterior hip, so have fun with this.